So my name is Kevin Blanchard. I served in the United States Marine Corps. I was injured in northwest Iraq in 2005. My left leg was amputated below the knee, and nearly my right had 30 surgeries rebuilding my right leg. I had a TBI and was diagnosed with PTSD as well. So I think as a kid, my father was in the Marine Corps, and I grew up, looking at the albums and seeing low crawling through mud, and I thought that was really great. So it was always in my mind. So I figured if I'm going to serve my country, let's go into the Marines. So it was June 30th, 2005, and we were on a patrol. There was I was the driver, and there was like a big depression in the road, like a huge hole. So I just came around that hole and then came back up and got back on the road, and I ran over the IED. So it exploded underneath the vehicle. It took out my left leg almost completely, and almost my right. We had a radio that barely could reach headquarters. So they called in a medevac. A helicopter came and I went into a drug-induced coma for the next 10 days. And then I woke up in Bethesda Naval Hospital with my family around me. I was battling with, I don't know if I'm going to keep this leg because it had an infection. And in the midst of me not knowing that, I was suffering a lot of pain from it. So I think that was very difficult for, this went on for 8 months. Once I knew that I was at least going to keep the leg, and I knew that I could walk and I could still do some of the things, a lot of the things that I used to do, I had one thing in my mind, and that was education. As soon as I got out of the hospital, about 2 months later, I started at George Washington University, and I studied business there. I got through it. 4 years later, I got a degree. So I'm very passionate about a few things. One is I've always been, integrated into the veterans community. So I served as Vice President of Student Veterans of America, and I've worked for a trade association that helped veterans become franchise business owners. And I'm currently writing a book about my recovery and starting a business from that as well.
When I first met Kevin, the thing that struck me most about him was definitely his energy and his passion. He's taken something that most of us can't even fathom, and he's taken that and completely transformed his life. He's just a really inspiring person.
Currently I live in an apartment, so there's stairs to get up. It's not handicap accessible. The walls, it's a 1-bedroom tiny apartment. So living in a handicap accessible house that I can, get around and move around in my wheelchair would be, much more comfortable. The features that I look forward to the most in a Homes for Our Troops house would be all on one floor, completely accessible, the wider hallways, the seamless transition indoor and outdoor, the garage, all of those things makes it a lot more comfortable living. The program that Homes for Our Troops has it's a whole program. It's not a housing program. It's not, you apply for this house and get it and then, thanks a lot, see you later. It's helping with finances. So they follow you after you get a home for the next 2.5 years, helping you with other aspects of your life too.
You really do get a sense that it's not just about the house, but it's about what you can do with your life because of the house.
Yeah.
And I think that, this will provide the peace of mind and the security and the roots that Kevin would need to then pursue his passions and his goals even further.
Yeah, Homes for Our Troops is an organization that's different than any other veterans organization because we're a family.